Andrew, why did you decide to premiere and record the two pieces you've just recently done for the Taverner Consort?
Well, I can answer a slightly different question. When did I decide to do this? Because only in January this year did I realise, or was I made to realise, that this was a 50th anniversary. Those 50 years had sort of rolled on rather more quickly than I thought. So then I thought, there isn't time to put on a big concert, even a big party, really. It can't be organised in time. What would best, in some senses, represent what I've been doing, and it's bringing together boring old musicology, if that's how you think of it, research that is, and performance. So there are two pieces. I sort of looked up a file I had of pieces I'd love to work on sometime, and there are two I picked that I would never have an opportunity to fit into a concert or a tour, just too quirky in their forces. One, the Bach one was a theory I had a long time ago, which I've had time to research a little bit, about what is the mystery instrument, a pair of mystery instruments, liturgy in a particular Bach piece, which is fabulous. Two versions exist, but they both have liturgy. And what are liturgy? Why did you use that term? No idea, is the short answer. But what people do, understandably, is either use trumpets or horns, because the parts are written as for the natural harmonic series, so they could only be, they look as if they're designed for that. Horn players would demand impossibly high fees to risk it, because it's so incredibly difficult. If they play it at a high pitch or if they play it at a low pitch, it's ridiculous. So there's no justification for that. And trumpeters can stick extra bits into their trumpets to make it in the right key and all the rest of it. But there's no, why would he call a trumpet with bits in liturgus, which is a classical term for a war, a battle instrument, a strident one. So I just worked on it a bit and found that liturgus was used for all sorts of instruments, including woodwind instruments, not brass instruments. So that opens up the field. Then I researched how people use that in the 18th century, in Bach's time. There's no agreement whatsoever. The word either isn't there and not known about, or it's used very casually and loosely and locally. So then the question is, what the hell is it? And the only instrument that I can come up with is, in short, the clarinet. And I can justify that. We think of the clarinet as belonging to Mozart's age, primarily. Well, that's 70 years after Vivaldi was writing for it. So the clarinet in C fits the piece, if you understand the pitch business of the brass instruments as opposed to the clarinet properly. It works perfectly for a clarinet in C, which is what existed. So I rest my case. The sonority is fabulous. No, that's why I did it.
A little bit of sleuthing there, obviously, which is something you've done all your life. How did it turn out sound-wise, sonorously?
In sound, there's no problem at all. It's beautiful, because the early clarinet, the word has got clarion in it. It's described in English. So, a predecessor of it was described as the mock trumpet, and it sounds. Other people wrote, it sounds like a trumpet in the distance. It's sort of muted, quiet trumpet, not the sort of bellicose or the fanfare trumpet that we use and know from Bach's other music. So, who knows why particularly he used that word, but and not clarinet. Don't know.
Thank you.